Welcome back to Align by Design, the podcast where we explore what it really means to live in alignment with who you are. I'm Flavie, and today I want to talk about the most seductive trap I see brilliant women failing into. It's called almost. Almost ready to launch, almost finished the course, almost confident enough to charge that price, almost clear on the messaging. If you've been living in preparation mode for months or years, if you keep finding reasons why now is not quite the right time, if you're more comfortable planning than doing, this episode is going to reveal why your ego has been running the show. Because what I'm about to share might be uncomfortable, but it's also the key to finally moving from protection to proof. Let me start with that. I know you have big visions. Maybe it's a course you've been planning, the business you want to launch, the life you want to create. You can see it so clearly. It makes your chest tight with possibility. You've probably spent months preparing, researching, planning, getting ready to get ready, and you genuinely believe you're making progress. But then you notice you've been almost ready for really long time, almost ready to launch that thing, almost confident enough to share that post or going live, almost clear enough on your message to put yourself out there. And part of you starts to wonder, am I actually moving forward or am I just really good at staying busy? Here's what I know. Almost. It's not a stage of preparation. It's a destination, a safe place your ego has created where your dreams get to stay perfect because they never meet reality. So, let me tell you something about the 8 months I spent almost launching my signature course. Course, yeah. I had the outline, I had the model plan, I had pages of notes and a beautiful launch strategy map out. I had pages and pages and pages. I had the name, a price point, even a waiting list of interested people. But every time I sat down to actually create the content, something wasn't quite right. Week 1, the structure needed tweaking. Week 3, my messaging wasn't clear enough. Week 6, I needed to research more about course creation. Week 10, maybe I should survey my audience again to make sure I was on the right track. I told myself I was being thorough, strategic, professional. I was building something really good, and good things take time, right? But the truth that I was desperately avoiding, I was terrified that my actual course wouldn't match the transformation I could see so perfectly in my head. As long as it stayed almost, it could be life changing. Then, the moment I started recording real modules, real lessons, real content, it could be mediocre. It could be disappointing. It could fail. And I remember one night, 8 months into this preparation phase, sitting at my desk, surrounded by all my research and notes and plans, I had this moment of horrible clarity. I was not protecting my course, I was protecting my ego. My ego had convinced me that staying in almost was smart, that more preparation meant better results, that I was being responsible by not rushing. But really, I was just scared of being seen before I felt perfect. I was just scared of being rejected. The breakthrough came when I asked myself a different question. Instead of, am I ready? I ask, what am I protecting by staying in almost? The answer was uncomfortable but crystal clear. My image as someone who has it all figured out. I was more committed to looking competent and actually becoming competent through practice, more invested in maintaining the illusion of readiness than in building real readiness through doing. That night, I made a decision. I gave myself permission to create something imperfect, to launch before I felt ready, to let people see the gap between my vision and my current capacity. I recorded the first module the next day. It wasn't perfect, but it was real. And that reality taught me more about course creation that 8 months of planning ever could. So, here's what your ego doesn't want you to know: protection and alignment are opposites. When you're protecting your potential, you're not aligned with it. You're aligned with fear, fear of judgment, fear of failure, fear of being seen as less than perfect. Your ego loves almost because it gets to keep you safe while still feeling productive. You get to maintain your identity as someone with big dreams without the vulnerability of testing them. But alignment requires courage. It requires to showing up before you feel ready. It requires choosing growth over safety, proof over protection. And let me tell you, your dreams are not meant to stay safe in your head. They're meant to get messy in reality. They're meant to meet the word and get refined in the process. The gap between your vision and your first attempt isn't failure, it's fertilizer. It's the raw material the mastery is made of. So, let me break down the 3 ways your ego keeps you stuck in almost and how to break free. First, the perfectionism prison. This is where your ego convinces you that more preparation equals better results. You tell yourself you're being strategic, but really, you're being scared. You research instead of creating. You plan instead of doing. You get ready to get ready to get ready instead of actually starting. Your ego whisper, just a little more preparation and then it will be perfect. But perfect is a moving target. There's always one more thing to figure out, one more skill to learn, one more detail to nail down. The truth, you don't learn to swim by studying water, you learn by getting wet. Second, the competence theater. This is where your ego protects your image as someone who has it all figured out. You would rather not try than try and be imperfect publicly. You would rather stay in potential than risk proving. You're still learning. You would rather maintain the mystery of what you could do than reveal what you actually do right now. Your ego says, if you wait until you're really good, people will be impressed. But people are not impressed by perfection. They're inspired by transformation. They want to see the journey, not just the destination. Third, the safety of someday. This is where your ego convinces you that now is not the right time, but someday will be. When you have more experience, when you feel more confident, when the timing is better, when you're more ready. But here's what I've learned. The right time is a myth. Ready is a feeling you create through action, not a requirement for action. And just to make you laugh, you're never ready to get married. It's never the right time. You're never ready to have a kids because it's never the right time. It's exactly the same in life and in business. Your ego loves someday because someday never comes. It's always safety in the future, protecting you from the discomfort of right now. But the right moment is now. So here is how you break free. And this is the uncomfortable part. You have to choose courage over comfort. You have to choose proof over protection. You have to choose alignment over ego. And ask yourself, what am I protecting by staying in almost? Really sit with that question. Feel into what your ego is trying to keep safe. Then ask yourself, what would I do if I was not trying to protect anything? That answer, that's your next move. Not tomorrow, not when you feel ready, now. Your dreams are not waiting for you to be perfect. They're waiting for you to be brave enough to be imperfect in public. Your alignment is not found in safety. It's found in the courage to show up as you are, not as who you think you should be. Stop protecting your potential. Start proving it. Stop living in almost. Start living in actually. Your ego will resist this. It will offer you 1,000 reasons to wait, to prepare more, to get just a little more ready first. Thank it for trying to keep you safe. Then choose courage anyway. And if this episode stirred something up with you, if you recognize yourself in the safety of almost, share it with someone who might need this reminder too. And remember, the gap between your vision and your first attempt is not a problem to solve. It's a bridge to cross. And you cross it one imperfect step at a time. Stop protecting. Start proving your dreams are waiting. And until next time, stay true, stay aligned, and keep choosing courage.